Good morning, Scorpio. I just got off of a birthday weekend, so I'm back. Had a very nice weekend. I am being divinely guided to use my runes this month for this month's videos. I have done research and I have a cheat sheet because I haven't learned all of them yet, but I've done some research into what each of them mean. But I'm going to always use, my intuition too. So with that being said, kind of bear with me because it's going to take me some time for it to kind of go like this. So I'm being guided to draw 6 runes. And or 8. Whatever comes out, I guess. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and start looking for the meanings of these, and then I'm going to also add my own intuition to them. So all right, so the first one that we have, and if I can pronounce this, Eowaz. And when I was researching these runes, I found, different meanings. Some of them were Viking, some of them were Gaelic. So with that being said, I just really wrote down whatever I could find about each one. So if they don't fit into one category or another, that's why. All right, so this one, Eowaz, and it actually means horse. Horse, twin gods, relationships, progress, future, changes, movement, and trust. So this particular rune, if you can see it, has to do with your relationships. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the horse and the movement was the chariot. And so with this being said, this particular rune has to do with movement. Things are going to be coming in fast for you in your relationship. Lots of changes, and these are going to be positive changes. You've been doing a lot of inner work. You are feeling more balanced now, I know, because, I can feel that collective energy. This is a collective reading. And so with that being said, these positive changes in your relationship are coming in. I mean, this could be in the way of, maybe a proposal, engagement, your relationship going to the next level of intimacy. And this is going to be happening very, very rapidly. We do have twin gods. I was, first thing came to my mind was possibly a twin flame connection. But you have to trust this process. This whole process is going to really call for you to be in a place of deep faith, hope, and trust, and really believing and really staying out of your head, because this has been your biggest block, your biggest obstacle, is overthinking, worry, and anxiety. So you're really being asked at this time to set that aside. Okay. We have the Kanaz fire. Fire and knowledge is what this means. This is symbolic of fire. You could be involved with a fire sign. That was the first thing that came up for me when I first saw the fire. Also, it's kind of this being tried by fire, that everything that's happened to you so far has been this experience that's really helped to mold you and shape you and to give you the knowledge that you need. So you're really being asked to move out of the past apply the lessons and everything that you learned from the past, but release the past and really be very present in the moment. And really think back on all of the situations that you really judged as being shitty. Oh, this is shitty. This is terrible. Were they really? Or did they really help to give you this wisdom that you need today to apply to this particular relationship here? You know, and a lot of it has to do with past relationships. You have these past relationships that really taught you, and you really did go through the fire. And with that being said, now you're in a better place. You're able to have this higher vibrational relationship, one that is more loving, without all of the karmic lessons, so to speak. Okay. Like I said, bear with me. My notes are very good, by the way. All right, we have Manaz. Manaz, man. This actually means man. Divine union manifestation. Wow. So if you have been on a twin flame journey, you know, which was some of the energy I picked up on this one, you are getting close to like physical union. You know, you're always together. You're never apart. Separation is just an illusion. You know, it's really just the yin and the yang, two parts of the same energetic molecule. You are getting closer to this divine union, this manifestation. And so you have a lot of things in your physical reality that are going to ground, that are going to manifest. And it's because of that inner work that I said that you have done, and because of that wisdom that you have gained by going through these different fires or these tribulations. That now you can actually apply these to what you have now. And it's not just that, but it's more of like this relaxed energy of you're not really worried anymore. You do have that trust. You do have that faith. This particular rune, too, has to do with heaven on earth, creating heaven on earth. And that is what we're here to do. We're here to, you know, transmute these lower vibrational situations by really looking at them from a higher point of view, and looking at the growth, and looking, you know, and actually even welcoming, you know, situations that might be tough because of the lessons involved, because of the higher learning. And, you know, that is what we're here for. We're divinities here having these human experiences. So that we can transmute them, so we can send them back so that they're better than what we found them. And like I said, you are moving toward this, you know, divine union, you know, and it could be a divine soulmate, it could be a twin flame connection, but this is happening, and it's really grounding in your physical world, and you need to believe that. You know, that's really what these readings are for. These are not for me to like predict your future. They're for me to pick up on your energy so that you can take it and you can believe it, and you can have faith and hope, and that you can create and manifest your own situations that you want instead of the ones that you've been creating by default all of these years, all the way up until your consciousness has, you know, raised up to the point that you are aware of the fact that you create your very physical reality, you know. And stop worrying about the past. For the one thing, anything that's happened in the past is of your own creation, where you vibrated at that particular time. Maybe you were jealous, maybe you were insecure, maybe you had these fears that the universe had to show you, and so they manifested physically. And for you to keep focusing on those things and trying to make sense out of them just kind of keeps you stuck there. And you want to be very present right now, because that's where the magic's at. Okay, we have... And my notes are so good. I'm so proud of myself. And I actually spilled plant water. One of my plants like dripped onto this twice. And I said, oh my goodness, I spent like hours compiling this list, but it dried and there was no blur. I was so happy. All right, we have Sawulu Sun. Sawulu. This actually is symbolic of the sun. It says thunderbolt, wheel of power, victory, clear vision, honor, and rest. Wow. So this is like, the equivalent basically in tarot of the sun card. And, the sun card is the most positive card that you can get in the deck. This is about really stepping into your power. This co-creative power I was talking about, and not giving your power away to others, accepting responsibility for the creations that you have manifested in your life. Thunderbolt, wheel of power, victory, clear vision, and honor, and it also says rest. And I feel like the word rest is very important too, because you've spent all this time worrying that these things won't happen, or what do I need to do? What do I need to do to control the outcome? Well, once you finally step into that power, that trust, that faith in the universe, that the universe always has your back, guess what? Everything just falls into place. How many times have you really, really, really worried about something? Just been like, man, I'm just so worried. I'm just so worried. I'm so anxious. Or finally you're like, you know what? I can't worry about this shit anymore. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And then it like just all works out. Just, maybe not exactly the way you thought it would, because so many times we get in the way of what we're trying to manifest in our lives. We get in the way of the universe because we want it a certain way. And maybe it's not meant to happen a certain way. So once we kind of get out of our own way and we're just like, man, it's whatever, then it may come in and it may even like not be the way that we thought it was going to be, but it's still perfect. But we had to really stop focusing our energy on worrying about the details. That's beautiful. Okay, we have... All right, this one is Uras. This is actually, like, I noticed that some of the runes also are related to, like, either heaven, earth. They're kind of like, the tarot cards. So the tarot cards are like, earthy, or, they're like the wands is energy, like spiritual energy. The cups is about love. This particular card here is an earth rune. And anything earthy has to do with grounding into our physical world, into our physical reality, really taking those lessons, those spiritual lessons that we've learned, by looking beyond the veil. There's always two things going on. There's always what's going on in the earth realm. There's always stuff going on behind the scenes in the spiritual realm. This is actually taking that spiritual knowledge that you have and applying it to this particular relationship, this situation that you have in the physical world. So this particular ruse, Uras, is power, primal, creative force, gateway, strength, health, promotion, and distant influences. So once again, this is really about stepping into your power, that co-creative power that we've been given from the universe, because we are the universe experiencing itself. It's really hard to remember these things when you're actually going through something. Your car breaks down or whatever, and you're like, oh, man, how did this happen? But you just never know. I mean, it might have been a situation where, maybe you were about to take a trip and your car broke down now so that you weren't stranded on the highway. Or maybe that car breaking down actually saved you from getting into a car accident. Or, maybe you were going to get pulled over, or, you didn't have any insurance. I mean, it could have just been anything. So, health, promotion. So with this card, with this rune, sorry, I'm so used to using cards. This is all about really taking that power that you have and really sitting down and focusing on what you want. As far as like daily, I sit down and I meditate daily, and I focus on what I want. I want good health. I want wealth and abundance, and I want love. I try not to apply too many details to them, but if I do, I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. I stop worrying about it. I'm very present. I'm not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. So this is all about harnessing that power. There's power in words, and there's power in thoughts. So make sure that you're really, really, really being conscious, and be the observer of your thoughts and your words. And this is very primal too. This is really getting back to who you really are, and that is not your body or your mind. That is the co-creative force behind who you are. You know, you are like, who you really are is like the battery in a toy. You're not the toy, you're the battery. So be the battery and really observe, like I said, your attitude, your mood, your any type of negative self-talk that comes up. Really look at it. All right. We have Ansus Odin. Sorry, I know I'm like completely dissecting these. This also is an earth energy. It means God and ancestors. God, ancestors, wisdom, apprentice, tests, inspiration, and advice. So the first thing that came up for me was somebody is going to be giving you some advice that you really, really need. It's going to really resonate with you. And this person is really being used by the universe. This is a very special soulmate. This is a member of your soul family. And so be very open to any type of advice coming in. Many times we just want to be like, I know it all. I mean, we do this. Our ego wants us to say, oh, I know it all. But we don't know it all. And we do on a soul level, but our ego kind of gets in the way and blocks that. Our ego wants us to be like, oh, we know everything. And really it's not learning, it's remembering. And that's all learning is something really, really resonates. We're like, oh, I knew that. So that's the type of energy I'm getting with this rune here. And it says ancestors. It could be, like an older family member, but I'm really picking up on the fact that this could be soul family, that you have known forever, because like I said, it says wisdom, advice, inspiration, and the word test is, that kind of goes along with that. For about being tried by fire, having gone through these situations, being tried and true by fire. And now you can apply that, and you can also apply this here. And this could also be your spirit guides. This could also be meditation, really taking in spiritual guidance from your spirit guides, from really, really listening. And the way that we listen is we feel and we know. All right, we have two more. So this is going to go over a little bit. We have this one here, Berkana. Birth, Earth Mother, purity, becoming. And this is a heaven energy. So this would be more of like that spiritual energy, that wands energy, spiritual concepts, things that we know on a soul level, that guidance, that wisdom coming up for us that just resonates, and we don't know where we've heard it from, where we know it from, but we just do. So birth and purity. I really feel like this rune here has to do with stripping away whatever no longer resonates with us. I mean, I look back, like when I started my spiritual awakening journey like 4 years ago, and time is just an illusion, but I have to give like a time frame to be able to tell this. I am so different now than what I was then. Things that I thought I liked, I don't. Things that I like now, I never thought I would have liked. So it's really about becoming who you really are, because so much of that I thought I liked and that I was into before was really for others because I was trying to fit in. So you have to kind of get away from that cookie cutter mold, really feeling like, you have something to prove to other people. You have to fit into society. And so with that being said, it's almost like a rebirth of really discovering who you really truly are. All right, we have, these are kind of fun. Wunjo Joy. That's what that says, Wunjo Joy. This is also an earth rune. It means wind. It also, Wunjo or Win is the name of this. It's got actually two different names. It's kind of where I found information a couple different places. Wunjo or Win, it means joy, kinship, heritage, harmony, blessings, affection, and desire. But this is symbolic of wind. And so, like, one of the first things that came up for me was this wind is this non-resistance, the path of least resistance, of not being so stagnant, of continuing to grow, continuing to take in knowledge, to take in wisdom, and applying it in your physical world. And this will help you a lot also with this relationship, with this chariot energy, with this relationship coming in very, very quickly, it ascending to the next level. And understand you're doing this. You're doing this because you're actually creating this. With your thoughts, it's almost like you've cleared out, some insecurities. Maybe you've finally gotten past jealousy or that worry or that anxiety, and so those things are not manifesting anymore to show you what they are. So now things are like going smoother, and like I said, you're ascending more and more and to this higher level of intimacy because you've cleared out any of that, kind of that bullshit that was there. Harmony, blessings is what this means. So yes, in affection and desire. And so you really are really moving into smoother waters. And like I said, it's because of this inner work that you've done. Congratulations, Scorpio. I feel this reading myself as a Scorpio. Like I said, I just celebrated a birthday. And so I hope this reading resonates with you as well. I may, use these from time to time to kind of get a break from my cards because these are, different messages, and I welcome different messages. So thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to have a card or a rune reading this month, they are $30. In the month of November, I'll include my email address in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.